Hello everyone, so this is the data wrangling series. Today is about date and time data type. It's a very common problem. So when you have the date and time data, but somehow recognize as a character, you have all sorts of problems. Here I have the unicorn data. Each row represents each company called unicorn, which basically is value like greater than $1 billion, but private company. And then here is a column called date join, and that basically the date like each company becomes a unicorn. And it's registered as a character, probably because it has like a slash instead of the hyphen or a dash. So this creates some problems because like let's see like if we can create a chart, right? And then now like I assign the date join column as the x-axis and look at this x-axis values, and it's all sorted in a kind of like alphabetical order. So like it becomes like 1 and then 10, 11 December, 12 is December, and then you have like a 2, which means February and then March and so on. And then also each bar represents each day. So for example, in this case, March 16, and then it has 6 rows, but we want to aggregate by the week, month, year, and so on. But there's no such option here. But just for a second, if we had this column correctly registered as a date data type, then in the chart, now like x-axis, this column is values correctly sorted, meaning from January, February, March, April, and so on to December. And then not only that, if we have the date data type, then you have this menu that shows up, let you change the scale of or aggregation level from, for example, from week to month to year and so on. So now that we know the problems, how can we fix? This is where you want to convert the data type to date and time. Before getting to, there are 2 data types for date and time in Exploratory. One is date data type for the data that contains only date information. And another one is called POSIX CT. POSIX means like Unix computer standard, but CT means calendar time. And as the name suggests, this one has a time information. So now we know what type of data types we have in Exploratory for date and time data. Let's take a look how you can convert to those data types. So here we've got like a sales data. Each row represents each order. And then now let's take a look at this order date column. And then the data type is character. And when you look at the data, and it includes again a slash, so probably that's why it was not automatically recognized when you imported the data. But you can convert it very quickly. So from column header menu, select change data type and convert to date and time. And here you want to select the one that represents the order of the year and month date information in the data. So in this case, we have year, month, day. So like you want to select that year, month, day from the menu. Then you will see the create calculation dialog that pre-populate the YMD function with the column name. And what is this YMD function? So this function converts a given data from character type to date type. And then Y means year, M means month, and D means day. So that's why we call it YMD. And this function is super cool because it doesn't matter what is the separating word, let's say like a dash or slash or space or even the characters. All it matters is the order. So in this case, year, month, day. So when I click run button and it converts that data into the date data type. And when I go to the summary view, I can see that with a histogram and it's showing like a beginning of the period and ending of the period with a histogram chart nicely. Let's take a look at another example. Going back to the unicorn data, and we have this column called date join. That's the date that unicorn company becomes a unicorn. So obviously this is a date information, but somehow it's recognized as a character data type. So we want to convert it. So we'll do the same thing from the column header menu, select change data type, and convert to date time. This time though, instead of like a YMD, this is like month, day, year, order. So you want to have select month, day, year, and this will populate MDY function. Again, it matters only the order, but not the separate or anything like that. So it takes care, once I click run button, and it takes care of the conversion. Now we can go back to the chart. At the beginning, still like this column is the character data type because this chart is pointing to the first step before we did the date conversion. By moving the pin button, now it's correctly pointing to the step that we did the date data conversion. Now we can see the date icon. That means this column is the date data type. So now I can switch between a different level of aggregation. Let's say like day or month or year and so on. Now we have seen so far only date data type. What about like if you have the time information? So let's take a look at this activity data. This column contains the time information. Okay, and but somehow again it's registered as a character data type, but we can convert it. So from column header menu, change data type and convert to date time. And this time, this is year, month, day, but we have a time information. So we want to select the year, month, day, and hour, minute, second. This time, this populates YMD underscore HMS function. H means hour, M means minute, S means second. But it does the same thing. It converts the character data to, in this case, POSIX city data type. Okay, so this is how you can quickly convert data to date and time information. So most of the time, like when you import the data in Exploratory, it automatically try to detect the right data type. But like I said in the video, sometimes depends on what characters in that data, it might recognize as a character. But in that case, like you saw from column header menu, you can convert them to the right data type quickly. With that, thank you for watching and see you in the next video.